Hey everybody, welcome back to another installment of Camouflage of the World. I'm Mike B, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Swiss TAZ 83 Camouflage. Now before we get into the actual pattern of the uniform itself, we're going to talk about the camouflage pattern. A lot of you might know this, but those who don't, this is almost a direct copy of the World War II German 1945 Leibermuster pattern that was worn primarily by elite units like SS units and some army units that were stationed in Czechoslovakia. I mean, there have been reports of it being used elsewhere, but again, the same color scheme, almost the same pattern. The original German stuff is a little bit smaller, like the blobs are a little bit smaller themselves, but the color scheme and the overall idea is exactly the same. So fast forward to about 1955, or between 55 and 57, we'll say. And the Swiss military decided that they were going to start issuing their troops a camouflage uniform, Tarnanzug, which is where the TAZ comes from, TAZ. It's a German word. It means pretty much camouflage uniform, but they use it as like a combat uniform or something like that. And there's also a French word. I forgot what that was. That was TSS or something like that. I don't know. And anyway, we're going to stick to the basics here. So they use this uniform, this pattern itself, from about 55 through 1991. And in 1983, after they had their first run in the 50s, they came out with a lighter weight, kind of more streamlined, modern-looking uniform. The older ones are made out of a heavier twill, and they've got like the vinyl reinforcements on some places, like on the arms and stuff for waterproofing. And they look kind of sloppy and they're weird, but they're pretty functional. So then in 1983, they came out with, this is like the actual shirt that you'd wear, like your uniform shirt. So you got what I call a cigarette pocket. I say the same thing about the Flecktarn pocket. Cigarette pocket on the arm, on just the left arm. You got two breast pockets, and you've got a loop on either side to hold up probably webbing equipment, belt loops, which is a pretty ingenious idea if you've ever worn those. And they're really heavy. If you don't have suspenders, you're going to want those loops. Anyway, so this weird red pattern, this kind of red and brown background and all these other colors, was actually quite effective in the Swiss environment, like up in the hills and stuff, up in the mountains. So that's why they used this for so long. Czechoslovakia actually adopted a similar pattern in the 50s, and they went on to something else. And I think Germany, some of their border guard units used the Leibermuster right after World War II. So this is actually a more popular pattern than people think, even though it's pretty ugly and unique looking. It's quite effective. Works really well in the fall up here in Wisconsin, like extremely well, obviously with the colors and everything. It just looks cool too. Like, I just love the look of it. It's very unique. I don't think any other military, besides those couple that only use it for a few years, I don't think any other military really used any of these color schemes like this for a long time, and that's what makes these cool. I do sell these at my shop at mikesmilitary.com. They're not that expensive, but they are drying up, so if you want to get one, I'd probably recommend grabbing one sooner rather than later, because they haven't been used since the 90s, and I don't know how there's still surplus coming in. In 1990, they replaced this with the TAZ 90, which is essentially the same exact pattern without the red, and it's more of a green woodland variant that they've been using, and that's their current issue. Word is they may be going to a different uniform, though, which would be great, because then we could get TAZ 90 surplus. But anyway, not holding my breath for that one. So this uniform is really comfortable. I pretty much have everything that I do in my Camouflage of the World videos as part of my collection. And I love wearing this. I usually roll the sleeves up in the summertime and in the fall. It depends on how hot it is. But it's just a really cool, and they're really heavy duty. They're a polyester cotton blend. So they're very heavy duty. They actually breathe for being polyester, which is, you wouldn't think so, but they do. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to sell you a product. I'm just stating that these are actually really well designed, just like most Swiss stuff. And yeah, now you know the history behind it, and if you see this stuff at a surplus store or anywhere else, you know what it is. So yeah, you can tell it's the TAZ 83 because of the simplification and just the 3 pockets on here, and the pants are pretty simple too. This is a little bit faded. The newer stuff is going to be more of a darker, muted color, but this has been used and washed a few times. I like the look of this because the color seems to pop quite a bit. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Hope you learned something. Hope you liked the video. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you did. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well, so you get notifications of new videos. Also, check out the description and click on the link to the Patreon. Check that out. And consider supporting the channel for just $1 a month. That really helps out offset costs of like shooting videos, ballistic test videos, and other videos that we do that are kind of pricey to make. I fund about 95% of the channel by myself, but that extra 5% really helps with the crowdfunding, and I can bring you cool content and entertaining stuff. So if not, that's totally fine. I appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions or anything, you can look me up on Facebook. It's a page called Mike B. You'll see the picture. It's going to be pretty unmistakable, and it's either going to be a helmet or me shooting or something military related. Anyway, thanks for watching again, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next Camouflage of the World video.